Hi guys, Tech James here. In this video I will be showing you guys how to install DLC for your PSP ISO games. So this works with both ISO and CSO game backups. All you need for this video is some DLC and Pro custom firmware installed. This also works with LME and ME custom firmware. So what you guys want to do is just scroll over, go onto USB connection, press X, connect your PSP to your PC, and I will show you guys what to do next. Okay guys, so over on your PC, I will leave the links in the description that you might need for this video. But anyway, this is the first link that you will definitely need. This is the NP Loader version 0.9, and basically what this is a plugin to get the DLC working. So a few people say you don't need this. I found out that on my Pro Custom firmware, if I didn't use this, I just couldn't get it working. So all you want to do is just download this version right here, which is the latest version, and it comes in a zip file. Next thing you want to do is go to this link in the description. Now this website will display all of the DLC for PSP games. So these aren't download links, it just tells you what DLC exists. The one I will be using is for a game called Rock Band Unplugged, and I've got the Europe ISO, so I would get the Europe DLC. It just works like that, guys. Whatever you know, ISO you have, so if you have a USA ISO, you must get the USA DLC. But it has tons of games on here, well, quite a few. There weren't many PSP games that actually have DLC, but this will tell you every single DLC that was available for PSP games. So now in my downloads folder, I can find my DLC. This is just what like the PSP DLC looks like. It will be in a file folder with this kind of name. Inside of it, it will have a PBP file. And because this is for Rock Band, all the DLC in this game turns out to be music. Next, you will also need an ISO for your game. So here is mine, Rock Band Unplugged. Now this is Europe DLC, and this is a Europe ISO. So as long as they match, it doesn't matter what it is, but as long as they're from the same country, the same region, then they will both work together. So once you've got your plugin, all you want to do is right click the zip file and then select extract here. It's then going to put it in this nice file folder for you, but all you need to do is copy this file over to your SE plugins folder. So just drag and drop that across. Now go inside your PSP's SE plugins folder, and you want to open up the game.txt. If you don't have one of these, just create one, right click, new folder, and create a text document. So I'm going to open up this one because we actually want to put in a code. So this is the code. I'll probably leave this somewhere, description or comments, but depending on what PSP you have, you will need to put one in. So EF0 for the PSP Go, and then MS0 for the original PSP. So I'm just going to select this in. I've already got it in here, but I'm just going to paste that over it, and then go to File and Save. We can now close out of that, and we want to do exactly the same thing with the pops.txt. So here's my one, double click on it, and then you would simply copy exactly the same thing in, and PSP Go if you're using one. So I'm just going to paste this in, save it. So now all we would do is copy our game across and also copy our DLC across. So you guys know where the games go. The games go inside the ISO folder. I've already got one, so I'm not going to copy it across. But the DLC actually goes inside the PSP's game folder. So you just simply drag and drop it into PSP and then game. So you just put it in there. As you can see, I've actually already got it on here because DLC is normally quite large in size. Mine is right here. It actually ended up being around 800 megabytes, so quite big just for music. But there you go, that is how DLC works. So that is it for the PC. Once you've copied across all three files, DLC, plugin, and your game, you can now disconnect your PSP, and I will show you guys what to do next. Right guys, so back on the PSP, we can now close out of this message, and what you actually want to do is just press select, and you want to bring up your VSH menu. So right now, this is Pro Custom firmware I'm using, but what you want to do is scroll down to Recovery menu and press X on it. Now the first thing you want to do is just scroll down to Advanced and press X on that. Scroll down to the No DRM engine. Now, if you have Pro Custom firmware, you must disable this plugin, and then if you have ME or LME custom firmware, then you must keep this enabled. Because I'm using Pro, I'm going to disable it, so press X on disabled, and then press circle 2 times to go back. Now what we need to do is scroll down to plugins and press X on that. And we need to enable these 2 plugins. So we've got NP Loader in the game, and then NP Loader in the pops. So just make sure both of these are enabled. Mine are enabled by default for some reason, which is pretty good. So just scroll up and press X on back. Now all you need to do is scroll down and just press X on reset VSH. What this is going to do is just reset your PSP really quickly and then just bring you back to the main menu. So now on the game section, go onto your memory stick and we should be able to find our game on here. So here's my Rock Band game, and we should also somewhere be able to find the DLC. So as you can see, here is the Rock Band DLC. Now if you press X to launch up the DLC, it won't work. You actually need to start the game first. This is just so like a test to see if you've actually got your DLC on here. So I'm going to scroll up and just launch up the Rock Band game. So now I'm on the game, it's time to see if the DLC I installed actually works. So I'm just going to do a quick play. Now the DLC I got for this game was all music. That's pretty much the only DLC you can get for this type of game. So let's just see if the songs that I got were added. And as you can see guys, they're all on here. Everything with the download arrow next to it on this game is basically DLC. So as you can see, all of these new songs are now appearing, and I can use them. So let's just try anyone, just like this one here, easy mode. You can see that the song will load up perfectly fine. So that is how you get DLC on your PSP Backup Games. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.